Rahonavis, the tiny predator on the border between dinosaurs and birds. Around 70 million years ago, on the prehistoric island of Madagascar, a wild land where dense tropical forests stretched to the horizon, leaves whispered in the wind, insects sang in the shadows, and far away the roars of giant dinosaurs echoed, there appeared a small yet strange creature. It bore the form of both bird and dinosaur, seeming fragile yet hiding a deadly danger. This creature was Rahonavis, the winged warrior of the late Cretaceous, a precious piece in the grand puzzle of evolution from dinosaurs to birds. Appearance: the harmony of dinosaur and primitive bird. Rahonavis measured only about 70 centimeters long and weighed less than 1 kilogram, light and compact, almost the size of a large rooster. But what made Rahonavis stand out wasn't its size. It was the body design, blending features from two worlds. A sleek coat of feathers covering its entire body, with long symmetrical wing feathers, an essential trait for generating lift. A long, stiffened, bony tail, unlike modern birds, acting as a perfect counterbalance when leaping or twisting midair. Strong, muscular hind legs, armed with a curved, sickle-shaped claw on the second toe, a deadly weapon just like that of Velociraptor, capable of slicing into prey. At first glance, Rahonavis might look like an ancient bird. But one glimpse into its sharp, predatory eyes and the way it crouched, ready to launch like a bolt of lightning, and you'd realize this was no ordinary bird. It was a predator carrying the instincts of prehistoric killers. Habitat: the green and dangerous ancient Madagascar. In Rahonavis's time, Madagascar was still a semi-isolated fragment of the supercontinent Gondwana, surrounded by warm seas and dotted with small islands. The climate was tropical monsoon, with long humid rainy seasons and short but hot dry seasons. Forests grew thick, with trees soaring dozens of meters high, overlapping canopies creating patches of deep shade, perfect for ambush predators. On the forest floor lay layers of fallen leaves and lush ferns, home to small reptiles, frogs, and giant insects. Farther out, riverbanks and swamps drew enormous plant-eating dinosaurs like Majungasaurus and other fauna, which in turn attracted larger predators. For Rahonavis, this was a world rich in food but full of danger. It had to use the three-dimensional environment, ground, tree trunks, and high canopy, to survive. Behavior and hunting skills. The leaping glider assassin Rahonavis lacked the brute force to take down large animals, but it had speed, agility, and unmatched maneuverability. Scientists believe it hunted with a combined strategy. 1. Ambush from above, perched on a branch, tail counterbalancing its body, eyes locked on prey below. 2. Leap and wing-assisted boost. While not capable of long-distance flight like modern birds, Rahonavis could flap to gain extra thrust, making its leap faster and farther. 3. Deadly finishing strike. The curved claw sank into the prey's flesh, pinning it down, followed by a sharp bite to the neck or skull. Thanks to this mix of climbing, leaping, and wing flapping, Rahonavis could hunt small lizards, primitive birds, mouse-sized mammals, and even large insects. Evolutionary mystery: primitive bird or winged dinosaur? Rahonavis is one of those fossils that sparked fierce debate among scientists. It showed bird-like traits, developed wings, bone structure for flight movement, yet kept classic dromaeosaurid features, the sickle claw. One theory suggests Rahonavis was an orphan branch of evolution, a close relative of birds that never fully adapted to long-distance flight before extinction. Another proposes it was a small dinosaur that evolved in parallel with birds, sharing a common ancestor but retaining its predatory nature. Whichever group it belonged to, Rahonavis remains a crucial link in understanding the remarkable transformation from land-dwelling dinosaurs to the winged rulers of the skies. The end of Rahonavis. About 66 million years ago, a massive asteroid struck Earth, triggering the Cretaceous-Paleogene mass extinction. The sky darkened with ash, plants withered, and the food chain collapsed. Small, specialized creatures like Rahonavis could not adapt to the harsh new world and perished. However, its legacy lived on. Many of its anatomical traits and survival skills were passed to later primitive birds, paving the way for the emergence of modern avian species. Conclusion: Rahonavis wasn't the king of the late Cretaceous, but it was a skilled warrior, a nimble hunter, and living proof of the evolutionary bridge between two worlds. In its small body lived the grace of wings, the agility of an athlete, and the ferocity of a predator. If you could travel back to ancient Madagascar, hiding among the leaves and waiting, you might glimpse a small shadow darting through a shaft of sunlight, wings flashing, sickle claw glinting, and you'd understand why Rahonavis is called the winged phantom of prehistory.